Welcome to the October 2009 video edition of the Iowa General Fund Monthly Revenue Memo. My name is Jeff Robinson, Senior Fiscal Analyst for the Iowa Legislative Services Agency, the nonpartisan support agency of the Iowa Legislature. This month's memo presents information covering October 2009 and the first 4 months of cash year 2010. Net revenue for the month of October was $10.4 million below October 2008. Though net revenue contracted 2.7% compared to last October, the percent decline was the smallest of the first 4 months of the cash fiscal year so far, and is much less disturbing than the 19.2% decline we saw in September. State of Iowa general fund revenue has not shown true positive growth for a single month since November of 2008. For the month of October 2009, a significant 4.3% decline in gross revenues was partially offset by a decline in regular tax refunds issued during the month. This table provides a look at the first 4 months of the cash year, July through October. Over the 4 months, gross revenue decreased 5.1%, while regular tax refunds increased 1.4%. School infrastructure refunds, a special type of refund, issued so far this year increased $38.5 million. On a cash basis, 4 months of this infrastructure refund item has been issued in fiscal year 2010 versus 3 months in fiscal year 2009, accounting for much of the increase in this item. The combination of gross revenue, regular tax refunds, and school infrastructure refunds produces a net revenue growth rate for the first 4 months of negative 7.8%, or in dollar terms, $151.4 million. The October 2009 Revenue Estimating Conference set the expected growth rate in net general fund revenue, excluding transfers, at negative 7.9%. The net revenue graph on the front page of the memo shows that net revenue declined in all 4 months of cash fiscal year 2010 compared to fiscal year 2009. A more long-term look shows net revenue has declined 11 of the past 12 months, and for each of the past 9. And since January 2009, growth was positive only due to deposits delayed from December, true growth has not been shown in a single month since November of 2008. The largest revenue sources for the state general fund are personal income tax and sales and use tax, so let's examine those two more closely. Gross personal income tax growth was modestly negative in October and is down 4.1% over the first 4 months. Declines have been shown in 8 of the past 12 months, with a decline during April, May, and June most significant due to the negative impact of the tax filing season this year. The small decline in October is encouraging since it comes after a much more significant drop in September. Gross sales and use tax revenue for October decreased a discouraging 18.2%. About 1/2 of the drop was due to October ending on a weekend, an event that pushed quarterly return revenue into November this year. Even with this adjustment, however, sales and use tax gross receipts have declined at least 7.8% each of the past 3 months, and sales and use tax growth over the first 4 months of the fiscal year stands at negative 3.9%. This chart provides the 12-month history of monthly other tax receipts. Other taxes include inheritance tax, insurance tax, cigarette, bank, and credit union tax revenue, along with a few smaller taxes. Other taxes have decreased in 11 of the past 12 months when compared to the same month of the previous year. June and August were particularly poor months, as they are the due dates for semi-annual insurance premium taxes, and that source of tax revenue has plummeted over recent months, likely the result of the redemption of transferable tax credits purchased from other taxpayers. Cigarette taxes, inheritance taxes, and bank taxes have also shown considerable weakness in recent months. A U.S. recession started in December 2007, as officially determined by the National Bureau of Economic Research, or NBER. Iowa non-farm employment peaked around October 2008, and net general fund revenue peaked the following month. The revenue fall-off has been rapid, far exceeding the slowdown experienced in the past 2 recessions. This chart shows the history of net general fund revenue, computed monthly, going back to the end of fiscal year 1994. The shape of the chart clearly shows the impact of the 10% income tax rate reduction effective tax year 1998, the stock market and technology boom that ended the 1990s, and the general fund revenue crash that followed in the spring of 2002, when taxpayers declared tech boom capital losses and the impact of job reductions of the early 2000s sunk in. From the revenue peak of October 2000 through the revenue trough of December 2003, 38 months of declining or stagnant net revenue passed. From there, 5 years of good growth ended with the peak in November of 2008. The blue dot on the right-hand side of the graph represents the fiscal year 2010 net revenue projection made by the October Revenue Estimating Conference. The condition of the state general fund and Iowa's economy are important to all residents of the state of Iowa, and I hope this video presentation assists you in your understanding of both. I thank you very much for your interest. Goodbye, and I will see you next month.